way of the foot and the fist, how Taekwondo has given the people of North Korea something to fight about. Representing a nation, the Swedish football team uniting the Assyrian people. Comeback quest, we speak to former world #1 Lindsay Davenport about her return to tennis, motherhood and her aim of winning a second Olympic gold medal. And learning from the best, China's women get a softball lesson in America. Welcome to Sportsworld, Al Jazeera's regular look at sport around the globe. I'm Sana Hamush. We start this week's program in North Korea, a country which has been in the headlines for a number of reasons recently, and sport hasn't been one of them. Yet Korea has given the world one of its toughest Olympic disciplines, the martial art of Taekwondo. The way of the foot and the fist is practiced throughout the communist state, as Al Jazeera's Tony Chang reports from Pyongyang.
Hailing the sons and daughters of the revolution, a 60-foot statue of the dear leader, model workers at his feet. The struggle for the glory of the DPRK is paramount in North Korea. But everyone needs to let off a bit of steam, and here at the Rongnam dockyard in Nampo Port, they're doing just that. The welders are playing the electricians in an exhibition match. North Koreans, like most people, love their football, but the past few years have brought little success to the national team. Long gone are the glory days of 1966, when the DPRK got to the quarter-finals of the World Cup. But here in the suburbs of Pyongyang is a centre of North Korean sporting dominance, the home of the way of the fist and the foot. This is the Taekwondo Palace. Glass cabinets display the cups and trophies awarded to North Korea's elite squad, a museum dedicated to the history of this Korean martial art. Its founder, actually a general in the South Korean army, wanted the sport to reunify the country. Today's practitioners are picked from the elite of North Korean athletes, and while physical excellence is obviously important, according to one of the world's top fighters, it's not the key.
Different martial arts have their own characteristics, but in this sporting discipline, you have to put the moral ideas first.
The demands of that mental discipline are obvious when you see the squad warm up. Breathing and muscle control are at the foundation of the training for Taekwondo. No movement is wasted. It's a martial art that uses the feet as much as the fist. Kicks that can carry powerful blows 6 foot in the air. Blocks of wood split in half and sent flying across the hall. And for such a physical sport, you might expect a macho following. But here in North Korea, the auditorium is mainly full of women. Sexual equality means the squad has as many women as it does men. And even with the benefit of padding, you wouldn't want to be where these guys are. And how would you deal with the unwelcome attention of 5 aggressive men? By leaving them flat on their backs? Taekwondo is supposed to be a self-defense martial art, although it's a very expressive one, as you can see from the actions going on here. It's something that North Korea excels in. They say they haven't lost a world championship since 1987. There are 2 different Taekwondo federations, and the one represented at the Olympics is based in the south. But the North Korean squad has its fair share of world champions. And according to the squad leader, it's because of their attitude, not their strength.
Strength is important, but what we concentrate more on is to be prepared in the mind. You can be physically stronger than all the other competitors, but if you have a weak mind, you cannot defeat the enemy. If you have a strong will, then you have no problem defeating the enemy.
And that's not hard to believe when you see their rigorous training regime. Eight piles of concrete blocks reduced to rubble. And a flying kick just to hammer home the point. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Pyongyang.
Now they compete in the Swedish third division, yet the football players of Assyriska have the weight of a nation on their shoulders. They represent Assyrians throughout the world. Assyria may no longer be a country, but as Sportsworld Joanna Gajarowska found out, every weekend the Swedish town of Södertälje is the focal point for over 2 million Assyrian people. Let's have a look.
Football has often been described as a religion in itself. The stadiums, modern-day places of worship, and the fans, the congregation who put all their faith into their idols. But how many teams can claim they have followers who sing their songs in Assyrian, a branch of Aramaic, the language of biblical times? This is Assyriska, a club set up in Sweden by Assyrian immigrants. Assyrians are descendants of an ancient empire whose origins date back 8,000 years. They ruled across a vast land in what is today Iraq, Iran, Turkey and Syria, and their culture is closely entwined with the religion of Christianity. After the First World War, thousands dispersed across the globe as refugees, with many ending up in Sweden, thanks to the more relaxed asylum policy here. But it wasn't until 1974 that Assyriska was set up in the town of Södertälje, and more as a cultural club than a sporting one.
As soon as we heard that it came some Assyrian from Iraq or Iran or Syria or Turkey, and that we heard that he had played some football, we just called him and get him to the team. But it wasn't that serious at that time. It was just fun, you know.
In their first season, the team failed to notch up a single point in the country's 7th division. But over the years, the club grew and turned professional until in 2005, 30 years since they started as a weekend kick-around, Assyriska achieved the unthinkable, promotion to the Swedish Premier League, after one of the top-flight clubs fell into debt and were relegated.
Yeah, it was really, really dramatic. It was a big party for 3 days or something like that. It was a big, big moment, just not only for us. It was a big moment for all our Assyrians.
A difficult couple of seasons followed, and Assyriska have now found themselves back in the 3rd division. But the success of the 2005 season has helped them to attract a huge following. Their matches are watched in 82 countries around the world, as well as drawing a legion of fans at home.
We have a lot of Swedish fans. We have a little bit of different mentality, a little bit of Middle East mentality in us, and they find us a little exotic, you know. Our temperature is rising very fast. We are not that patient, and as someone was explaining, that our blood just runs a little quicker than other people, you know. It's like that.
Do you think that helps on the pitch?
Yeah. Yeah, because we are never satisfied with everything.
Assyriska even have a religious stamp of approval. After all, how many teams can count an archbishop amongst their most passionate followers?
Personally, I love teams who have good manners, good ethics. Besides, also, they are good players.
And like several elite European teams before them, they've even had a pop song written in their honour.
But the team represents more than just the local Assyrian community. Assyrians are stateless people, and they consider this club their national team. That's made them a focal point for more than 2 million Assyrians around the world.
I like it because it's our land. We don't have any land actually, and it's belonging to someone else now. And I always felt how we can prove ourselves that we still are alive is this way, by the football, by the soccer team.
Yeah, it's special, you know, just to play for them, because it's not only a team, it's our national team. So of course it's very special, and it feels in my heart when I play for them.
Assyriska is not an issue only for Södertälje or Sweden. It's, when Assyriska wins all over the world, it's just cheering.
Today's Assyriska team has diversified. Their players have come from far and wide, including internationals from Sierra Leone and Gambia. But their foundations remain the same.
The most important thing for us is to continue to be an Assyrian team. We owe it to all Assyrians all over the world to keep it Assyrian. When we get the player here, we are very, very sure to make sure that he knows what the Assyrian are, what kind of history we have, and it doesn't matter what kind of religion or what kind of ethnical group you are, but everyone is welcome, but they should know that they play in the Assyrian team.
It may have been thousands of years since the known world lived in awe, even fear of the Assyrian kingdom, but this small team in Sweden keeps alive their culture, their history, and the dream of once again being glorious, even if it is just on the football pitch. Joanna Gajrowska, Al Jazeera, Södertälje, Sweden.
As ever, you can keep up to date with all the latest sports news on our website, aljazeera.net/English. Stay with Sportsworld, because coming up, we speak to former world tennis #1 Lindsay Davenport about her comeback, motherhood, and her aim of winning a second Olympic gold medal. Plus, learning from the best, Sportsworld speaks to the Chinese softball team. Don't go away.